end is near.
Repent.
Judgment Day is upon us. Everybody flee for their lives. Repent your sins, for he will drag you down to the depths of hell. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, yeah, it's that serious, but, I mean, we're fine. We just have to deal with the crushing realization this is the end of Season 2! But welcome back, everyone, to the final episode of Season 2 of The Owl House. And technically, the finale of the season proper. Because let's face it, Season 3 isn't really Season 3. And while this isn't the last Owl stretching time you'll see of us, this is the last time you'll see us review an actual regular episode. Because things are getting real, people. We're nearing the end. And granted, we don't know at this time when the end will happen, but right now, it really feels like it. So yeah, if y'all been watching us, you know what's been leading up to all of this. What lies in store, the sort of stakes that are raised, characters we fear might be in danger. Because let's face it, in terms of Amphibia, we lucked out big time, with no one aside from the big baddie dying. But something tells me that's not going to be the case in Owl House. And if it is, I will be really freaking impressed. Because this show has, like, gone hard and gone dark. And something tells me that even if it's not in this episode, we're most likely going to see the death of somebody in the last 3 specials.
Just to say, we started this season on separate tides, but now we're on King's tide.
Yeah, King is the factor here, people, so let's see how he does being the last remaining Titan. So let's get started, me and you, as we watch the Collector paint the world in 9 bright hues. And play. Uh-oh, King's back in the spirit world.
You said you'd let me out! I hate it here!
Patience, Collector. You can trust me.
What's that? It's okay, King. It's okay.
Oh, the little palismen all huddled together.
I know how to fly a ship.
Then fly faster! We're barely halfway there. Those could be in trouble.
Maybe if I took the wheel.
Very eager to return to Belos. Eh, Golden Guard?
At least I never built him an army.
Watch your tone, young man.
Hey, here's a bright idea. Don't distract the pilots.
He started
Anything
it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, guys, come on. Food!
That'll help.
Look, we're all exhausted and terrified. Let's focus our energy on helping Luce instead of fighting each other.
And eat. You'll feel much better once you eat.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Also interesting it had like that cart full of spoils.
Aw, this is just like when I was a kid.
Aw.
Wait, is this why you call me Mittens?
Ah, okay.
Amazing.
That's cute.
There's always a way to help. You just have to look for the right opportunity.
You actually gonna like talk to the Collector then, willingly?
It's probably can.
We're gonna learn like, yeah, you're gonna get betrayed and betrayed hard. Here we go. Day of Unity, people.
United with the Titan and the power of the eclipse, we shall wipe out wild magic forever.
Of course there's an eclipse.
An eclipse that will drain the power of certain,
So this is Day Black Sun all over again.
The cloaking stone won't cover your voice, so make sure not to speak. Also, the curse will do its thing. I got this, Rainstorm. Don't worry. Don't tell me not to worry.
Evelyn, please be careful. If you need help, just flap your arms.
Or scream real loud!
Or
Don't worry, Lily. With this spell declared, promise I'll be back.
that's not a spell. Doesn't even rhyme.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Oh,
I forgot to mention. I decided to switch up the arrangement.
son of a bitch.
Don't say a word about my appearance. I will not be taking notes at this time.
Hello, Sprout.
well, shit. So I guess by separating them, they can't do any sort of protection.
Goodbye, Boiling Isles.
He's gone.
We did it! It's done! It's done!
Big shock.
You said you'd use the Titan blood to help free me.
And I'm sorry, but I just realized I only have enough Titan's blood to open the portal.
Yeah, I could have just, you know, left on my own, but I'd rather kill everyone first and then
You
leave.
said we were friends. We pinky swore. You lied.
You could have healed that the whole time.
Congratulations on this momentous day. I come bearing a gift. You had been looking for the Golden Guard, and here he is. Perhaps this act is worthy of returning me to my old post. Or, if you're looking for a new right hand...
Have you as my right hand? I'd sooner cut off my whole arm.
But... I just want to help.
Is that the foreshadowing there?
Go find a hole to wither away in.
Ooh.
And you.
I gave you the draining spell. I taught you magic stronger than anybody's.
And that's why I won't release you. Can't have you giving that to anyone else. Goodbye.
You're a liar,
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Of course you'd mess up such a simple task. But I am glad to see you, my fellow human. What, no fight left? Or did you learn your lesson from last time?
You wish. Spicy time.
Dude, don't yell your
Of course not.
Oh no, Belos betrayed everyone, as we knew he would. The only thing now is that I guess King's gonna go in there and probably make a deal with the devil to free the Collector. So on the one hand, yeah, Belos is gonna get what for. On the other hand, Collector's gonna unleash shit upon everyone. Because now they're mad. But now that, like, the Coven heads are separated and being trained, how are they gonna get out of that? And I know technically they can just step out of the circle, but maybe not.
Probably not.
Also, you gotta love the look on Kiki Moore's face. Suddenly she's regretting all her life choices.
Once again, an ominous moon.
Your ship has been reported stolen. Land immediately.
No, we don't have time for this shit.
Don't be fooled. Take him down.
Bitch slapped him. Hunter! Woo! I got you, babe.
Why did I make those things so powerful? Stupid Eleanor, stupid.
I did my job too well. Y'all need to do something fast. Are you gonna step out?
Looks like my suspicions were correct. Gray, if you please.
Gladly. I love a good twist.
Hey!
Shit. Ah! Ew. Oh god.
Oh, for Titan's sake.
Yeah. Like a surgeon.
Did you really think you'd get away with this?
Fuck.
No. Brain! Oh, you are making a big mistake.
My only mistake was letting you two live all those years ago.
So then you must be happy to die right now.
Oh god. This is such a cult thing right now.
I didn't realize you're already combining cliffs. You do have a strange intuition with these. It took me years to figure that out. Almost like the Titan himself didn't want me to have that knowledge.
You think?
I can send you home. I have just enough Titan blood for one more trip. Please, I don't want to see another human life destroyed by this place.
You're such a hypocrite. You talk big about protecting humanity, but after everything you've done, you're barely human yourself.
I do pity you. These monsters have warped your sense of reality. Perhaps it'd be merciful to put you out of your misery.
Fuck's
Wait!
sake.
You do realize you've been gone from the human realm for centuries. Times have changed. You want to be known as the Emperor of the Witch Hunters, right?
Witch Hunter General.
But those aren't really a thing anymore. No one's gonna take you seriously if you start ranting about the demon realm. Not to mention a passion sense like that. Yikes, my dude.
Yeah, seriously, did you think you'd be able to just go back like that with the same mentality?
You're offering to be my modern-day guide.
I will return to the human realm, and I will be your guide. If you spare my friends. Come on. You'll need living proof that this realm exists. You'd do anything to save humanity. Well, I'd do anything to save the people I love. Please. Philip. Then shake on it. Human style.
Oh!
Kevin,
Well done, Luce.
What is happening? Rain, Belos is giving us paradise, right?
You're asking that now. Y'all might want to run, yeah.
Where are they gonna go?
You'll never make it out of here unless you stop the draining spell right now.
You're talking to a guy who wants to eliminate all magic. I think he'd be willing to die for this.
I hate to say she put a lot of her friends in danger too. Oof. Now we get to see his true form. That was clever.
After soccer practice, we
Kind of dangerous, but clever.
Our
It's
way to
easy.
play.
Shake. High five. But yeah, what was Philip's plan exactly? He's just gonna go back and start ranting and raving about witches and demons and stuff, and he thinks people centuries in the future are gonna believe him about that sort of thing.
There's only like a few people out of the entire populace that would even give him the time of day. And they may not even believe he is who he says he is.
Yeah. Aw. Ooh, he cracked his skull. Actually, he looks like one of those soldier things that was guarding King.
Did you really think we wouldn't follow you?
Yeah, girl.
Seriously.
Deal with it.
You guys are literally the coolest.
Buddy, it's about to get real scary. You stay here.
I can help.
Better do it fast.
Belos can't stop the spell any more than they can. Only the Collector has that power.
Oh.
Is the Collector?
Neither witch nor demon. A child from the stars. Belos only talked to him when he thought no one was around, but I was always listening.
Take me to him.
She's kicking worse and worse denial of everything. It's like she's listening to him say this stuff, and she's still trusted in him. Oh, you're pathetic, Kikimori.
Son of Belos is mine.
Hunter, why are you hurting me? I only wanted to help you.
You're lying.
Don't buy it.
No! Don't you dare hurt Flapjack!
Ooh. Those all the golden guards from before?
Is this place?
Where the failures end up.
Damn, there's a lot.
That didn't shatter on the way down?
It got caught on something.
Wait, I know someone's there. I can feel it. But why can't I see you?
Huh.
You look like that bully who put me in here. No way. Are you his little tight baby? I've always wanted to play with you, but your dumb pops hate you. Hey, do you like hide and seek? I'll hide first.
Mr. Collector, please, we need you to stop this draining spell.
Mister, you're so boring.
Well, you know, it's better than hide and seek. A game called the Owl House.
Ooh, how do you play?
Oh, it's so fun. Like, the most fun. We're gonna need a lot of players. Like, a whole island's worth of players, but,
So the
oh,
large.
shucks.
What's wrong?
Well, gee, everyone's gonna perish from this ding-dang draining spell. Guess we can't play that awesome game after all.
If you're a Titan, you can let
help me out. I can stop the spell, and we can play together.
Golly, you do that?
Wait, you're not tricking me into doing your chores like Philip, are you?
I would never. Pinky swear.
Oh boy.
I'll even let you out right now. What do I need to do?
Just follow my lead.
I don't like this. Oh.
Me? I promised a special kid. I'd protect you.
Huh.
Was foreshadowing, I guess.
Let's play it.
Collector, you're free, just as promised.
As promised, I remember someone throwing me off a bridge. Say, you want to play tag?
Oh no.
I'm it.
That.
Yep.
Too slow. You guys look slow too. Do you need a head start?
Whoa, whoa, Collector, buddy, pal.
King!
Remember what we talked about? You gotta help all my friends outside or, we won't get to play Owl House.
Gosh, I love that game. The memories last a lifetime. I play it every day.
I play it every hour. I'll explain the rules later, but remember, we need lots of players.
You might want to hurry up. I think everyone's almost dead.
Okay.
Okay then.
He just moved the moon?
If we're gonna play Owl House, we're gonna need an Owl House.
I mean, you're damn right about that.
Is everyone gonna do the human roll? Or are they just gonna throw loose in there? Ugh.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Loose?
Oh fuck.
I have to get Ada. We'll find a way back to you.
Oh wow.
Go! Go, go, go! I can't hold the portal much longer. King! King! You promised you'd play with me. You pinky swore. We gotta stick together.
I'm sorry. Not this time. But I can keep you safe. Luce, I'm so happy I had you as a big sister.
No! King!
Oh fuck.
Ha!
Is that Anne?
It is.
Oh. That's funny.
Hey, Mom. I'm back.
Wow. So this is just like the end of season 2 Amphibia. They even reference Anne. Wow.
I told you, these shows are freaking tied together.
That crossover's coming one day.
It's
I
gotta.
swear to it. Oh man. This is where we end. Shit. Oh. These last 3 specials better be a doozy. Well, I feel like they are. They're probably going to be like Weird Mageddon level at this point. I mean, this is basically how it went almost. It's like I said, I knew King would make a deal with the Collector to free him in exchange for defeating Belos, and lo and behold. The question is, like, I hope everyone survived the draining. Especially the Covenants, because it looked like Rain almost bit it. Ida, at least we know, is safe because, you know, Rain ripped her arm off. Which was pretty clever, how to save her from that. Thank God she can actually do that. But yeah, everyone else, though. Like, what is the Collector gonna do exactly? I know King said they play Owl House, so are they just gonna, like, pretend to do the show? As it's been so far?
I have a feeling Collector and Hootie are going to get along quite well.
I mean, if he lets Hootie, you know, be Hootie. Interesting about King's collar. So I guess it was that symbol that protected him from the Collector seeing him?
Must be. Would he get it from the hunters, right?
Well, no, because when he visited the temple where he was born,
Right.
he found that symbol and he etched it onto his collar. So I guess that's been protecting him this whole time.
And the whole time, his father's the one that sealed away the Collector.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this kid. With a flick of his finger, he turned a guy into goo. That's really powerful. They said he likes like a child of the stars, which means he's probably like an ethereal being. Probably like ego levels of like undefeatable.
In the end, sealing away the collector must have weakened him. Obviously.
It was probably like the last thing he was able to do was to, hide King away and seal away the collector before he ultimately met his fate.
And I guess the hunters got him in his weakened state.
I wonder now, like, how old is King exactly? Because I know they call him a kid and everything, and maybe he was sealed away in his egg for the longest time. Because I know they mentioned that a Titan has to unleash a call in order for an egg to hatch. So it makes me wonder, like, how that worked exactly. And again, like, how long was he, like, out of his egg and hidden inside that place before Ida found him?
And did I call it or did I call it that the collector just made Belos/Philip irrelevant?
Well, maybe not completely. I mean, we saw that piece of goo that fell on Hunter. And given all the magic and stuff that Belos basically crammed into himself, it's possible he might solidify. And he's attached to Hunter, who theoretically is biologically related to him. So he could clone himself, possibly. I don't count him out of the picture quite yet. As an immediate threat, not yet. But he might pop up again.
Also, I guess this means Luce basically made good on her promise to show Amity the human world.
Yeah, weird way it came about. And
oh dear God, Gus is gonna flip.
Oh God, he's gonna be like Mr. Weasley in the Muggle.
Yeah.
Maybe Willow might have fun too with all the plants and
That's
stuff.
true. That is true.
Hunter, I see, like, having the hardest time adapting. I assume they're all going to be, living in Luce's house. It's basically going to be like Amphibia Season 3, where they're all going to have to adapt to living in the human world while finding a way to get back. Although, there's also the complication with her mom. Because she did promise her mom she wouldn't go back, but if the other world is in danger and people might be dying, I think she might have to, like, force her hand on this, or at least say, okay, you can save everyone, but you have to come straight back afterwards.
I guess if she sees how much Amity means to Luce.
That'll be interesting to see, like, oh yeah, by the way, I got a girlfriend while I was in the other world. She's an elf witch, but, she's cool. Man, they're gonna have a hard time sticking all those kids in that house. I mean, they'll make it work. Plus, they get to all meet V. That should be interesting.
Yep.
I hope Rain's not dead. Please don't let Rain be dead.
There could be any number of them that could be dead at this point. We don't know.
I'm just glad there was that moment where people were, like, totally regretting their life choices up to this point. You didn't think to question any of this at any point? Kikimora was the most baffling of all.
Really, she was so deeply in denial. I cannot even believe anybody could be in that much denial.
So, like, you knew about the Collector. You overheard his conversations about the Day of Unity, how they were planning to drain everyone and basically kill everyone. And you said nothing, and even went along with this just for the sake of getting power for yourself. It's like every time I think they try to make Kikimora a little sympathetic, she does something that just makes her so much worse. It's like, honestly, whatever happens to her in the last specials, she had it coming.
If she wants any sort of redemption, it's gonna be sacrifice.
At this point, yeah. Because, like, she had her chance to redeem herself when Luce tried to help her out, but no, she turned around and be like, oh, but then I get a promotion. It's like, what does it fucking matter? You know the world's gonna end. It's like, that just makes it more... God.
Also, dear God, Belos doesn't plan for things. Yeah, he sent in the head of the Illusion Coven to try to get everybody to get sigils, but he didn't follow through on that before doing everything with the Day of Unity, because that means he's still got witches left who are wild, who will live in the end. Belos knew that that part of the plan failed. He should have known there would be outliers. He should have fought even harder. He should have gone in himself and personally ensured that every last witch got a sigil.
I guess he assumed he had enough to work with. Because, I mean, he did account for Ida sneaking in and for the certain coven heads to betray him. He at least thought that far ahead, as well as the issue with the abomination creators and whatnot. And he even, like, considered Luce, you know, sneaking in, too. Like, he knew she was there. It wasn't Hunter. So he did foresee some things. It's just, this is Luce and the others we're talking about, and they always tend to surprise. It's like, I get he hated magic and magic users that much he's willing to kill everyone out of spite on his way to return home, but, like, to think that he can keep all that mentality, all that power and stuff once he's in the human world, not to mention the obvious fact that he relies on talismans now just to keep himself human, and to our knowledge, there's no talismans in the human world. Magic doesn't work in the human world. How was he supposed to maintain himself?
Well, didn't he wind up, like, keeping his talisman thing at bay when Luce and Hunter entered his mind?
Well, he silenced the voices of the souls he devoured, but he didn't outright stop the effects. I mean, you saw once Luce, like, attacked him, he went full-on, like, monster act.
Yeah, but it seemed like he had control over it.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, even during the draining spell, he kind of just lost his shit. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see what his plan was for returning to the human world. Because, like, he should know by now. Everyone he knows is dead. The world has probably changed. They probably have a whole different mentality in terms of, like, witches and whatnot. I mean, if Luce is anything to be based on. So, yeah, that part, I just don't understand what he was, like, planning for. But now the question is, where do we go from here with these last 3 specials? Obviously, they gotta find a way back. And, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, considering that garbage has been leaking into the witch world.
Obviously, that's what they gotta find.
Yeah, and they...
Oh, I wonder if, since a lot of it was the Good Witch Azura books, if that's where they start.
I doubt it, because they addressed that whole thing and revealed that the Azura books have nothing to do with the Boiling Isles or witches.
No, but they did leak in.
Well, yeah, they leaked in, because somebody probably thought they wouldn't sell and just tossed them. But I don't even know if, like, that's something really to go on. I know the town itself is something to go on, because that's theoretically where Belos and his brother came from, and where they established, plus there's been magical things going on. So they just have to look properly. Heck, they could probably, like, get a hold of that guy. The one who...
That guy, the curator?
Yeah, like, yeah, he's an asshole, and he's obviously delusional, but he's been mapping out shit. He probably knows points where weird magical shit has leaked in.
Well, for one thing that we forgot about in yesterday's live as well is V found some rats that were capable of speech.
Well, yeah, because Ida put a curse on those donuts from the shop, and once they ate them, they gained the power of, like, intelligence and speech. So that was more through Ida than through, magical means. But I think they shouldn't have that much of an issue, and again, they only have 3 specials to work with. So at the most, I see them, the first episode is just them finding the point of return and then making said return. And then the last 2 specials are going to be them in the Boiling Isles trying to free it from the Collector. Because right now they gotta go back, they gotta find Ida and the other Coven heads and whoever else has been drained and try to free them. Because I assume the Collector's going to have them enslaved in some capacity for the game that they're doing. And he's got to free King, because obviously King is the key here to everything, being the only living Titan left.
And he's got to keep the Collector at bay the whole time, too.
I knew it was coming, I knew it was a bad thing, but at the same time, it was necessary. Because, let's face it, either Belos or the Collector would have killed everyone if King didn't step in. I wonder, too, though, if maybe, possibly, the Titan, like, that he lived on might make an appearance.
That could happen, or King gets his growth spurt, I
guess. He goes full-on Titan.
Yeah. I mean, he's been going through demon puberty, so...
Yeah. He immediately grows like 100 feet tall overnight. You watch, like, we come back, and then all of a sudden he's like... Yeah, because I don't think time passes differently in the other worlds, right? It's pretty much simultaneous.
Doesn't seem to, no.
Because otherwise she would have been gone longer or shorter, and her mom probably would have noticed a lot more.
And obviously, Ida was able to make frequent trips back and forth in short bursts, so clearly, the passage of time is the same in both worlds.
And I guess we have to see where Hunter plays into all this, too. Belos kept saying he had a plan for him and stuff. He had a plan, and I know he was saying that just to keep him compliant, but there's got to be another reason why he kept making copies of said person and keeping them around. And I know theoretically it could be because, you know, he still had an affinity for his brother. He wanted to keep a piece of him alive in hopes that his brother didn't betray him, but I feel like there's more to that. So Hunter will probably be another key in all this. Plus he has researched a lot of, like, this magical stuff.
Ida has lost a lot. She lost her powers, and now she's lost her arm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal considering her body parts pop off all the time. Let's face it, she's gained back a lot, too, in return.
That is true.
She now has a relationship with her family, whereas she wasn't talking to her sister or to her parents. She is now talking with Rain again after they broke up. She has a family of her own, technically. So, I don't know, it seems like a decent trade-off and all that. I mean, assuming they live through all this. I'm just surprised her curse didn't act up more. Like, I know it was, and then it took Rain ripping her arm off, but you think that it would have, like, been more Ida's Requiem when we saw that going on.
Yeah.
I almost thought that was going to happen when they started draining her. Everyone else was going to start decaying almost. And I'm like, is that the best plan? So we don't have word yet on when these specials are going on, right?
Not that I've heard, but I haven't really looked very hard.
I have a theory it might occur in August, and I say this because in the episode when Luce was mourning her dad and everything, if you look like at the end when we see her mother like putting up the flower, she had the August calendar in the background, and the last day, like the 31st, was like circled. So maybe that's a hint when to expect it. I don't know. I feel like we might definitely get it sometime this year, and it is going to be a big event. I am glad that this didn't happen simultaneously as Amphibia, because I don't think my soul could have, like, taken that much. I was sad enough when that ended, so I'm definitely going to be sad when this ends.
You said it was August 31st that was circled?
Yeah.
It's funny, because I think Digimon takes place on August 1st, so we have a reference to the end of the month instead of the beginning.
Like I said, that's just a theory. I have nothing concrete. I haven't looked up. Like, I've been avoiding the internet like the plague, because everyone's been saying, oh, there's spoilers, and da-da-da. So I've been trying to avoid everything that I could. But once we're done here, I'm definitely going to look up and see if there's any solid date. But something tells me that most likely it's going to be either the middle or the end of the summer, or maybe, like, in winter. I feel like it's definitely going to happen this year, though. Like, if they delay it till next year, I'll be surprised.
We'll see. I mean, you have no idea what Disney plans to do with it.
True, and their hiatuses are notorious, so.
Yeah. And of course, they're not really happy with the Owl House, given, you know, it doesn't fit their brand.
Well, it's not like it's their problem much longer. They saw to that. But point is, we're still getting a third season. We're still getting those 3 specials, and I know they're going to kick ass. And they better. But again, it's still going to be so sad to have all this finally end. We've had this since before the pandemic went on, so it's like...
Just shortly before, yeah.
So it's like kind of gotten us through all this, just, you know, theorizing and just escaping into this other world for a bit where everything doesn't suck. I always appreciate the Owl House for that. Same thing with Amphibia, too. But, of course, all good things must come to an end. With that being said, we got 3 more specials, and it's all over, people. So until then, when we see Luce and the others return to the Boiling Isles and hopefully defeat the Collector and save everyone, I'm Kat McBerry.
I'm Doug McBerry. Anyone for a game of Owl House?
Me.